Um, um, yeah, I'm still trying to get my hands on an Xbox One. Anybody got one that want to sell to me? I can pay an extra credit. No, not really. I can't. But Minecraft Pogu, Minecraft Grogu. Um, that's a good idea for a game. So here's our block. Last time we actually accomplished a lot, if you remember. We made it so. Waiting for my games to load up. We made it so that you can, as a creeper, go blow up blocks. Here's what that looks like. So let me go over here, this block area, and I'm gonna click. Oh, I'm getting close to blowing up, and bam! We just blew up a bunch of blocks. Really, really cool. And then we probably want to, like, I don't know, respawn the creeper somewhere else randomly in the world. I really do want to make, like, you know, a larger Minecraft world. The only problem is I am using those regular static meshes, which are costly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to my game. I'm going to steal from my own game some code and take a look at stuff, because if I hit play here, you know, I shared with you this at the beginning of the year, how I really figured out how to do farming, where in this game where you have a lot of meshes. By the way, I'm running at like 2 frames because I got 2 Unreal projects, and I've realized ManyCam is why a lot of my streams are lagging now. So I don't know if OBS is going to work better, or if I just have to buy a capture card. If you know anything about capture cards or know what's good, please put it in the chat. I'd like to know. Can block stack? Not I haven't made it so that they generate stacking, but that's super easy because remember, our procedural formula, which right now is super basic, basically says on the x-axis go 100 units. Then next time go another 100 units. Next time go another 100 units. But that's on the x-axis, and then it goes y-axis, which is why we have that L. So z-axis would let us stack vertically, procedurally, and whatnot. But I think what I could do is I just want to take a look at the farming stuff. So I'll hit play here. Again, the frame rate is, it seems to happen as soon as I launch ManyCam, because it's using all my GPU. But, okay, so we have these static meshes that are these farm meshes, and I can keep building those, and it runs really efficiently. So I have like thousands of those things in the world, which is what you need for a Minecraft. You know, at any one time, you're surrounded by thousands and thousands of these blocks. So you don't really want those blocks to be a traditional model in the form of a traditional static mesh, right? There's static meshes, and then there's these more optimal versions of static meshes called instant static mesh and then hierarchical instant static mesh. Hierarchical instant static mesh and instant static mesh are similar to each other, and they're kind of like derived from each other. You might be like, then why don't you just use those all the time? Why ever bother with a regular static mesh to begin with? Well, a regular static mesh can change throughout the game. An instant static mesh really can't change. At least you can't. You can do, but you can do clever stuff like I did with making the crops grow via the material. The model is frozen there in time. You can still delete them from the world. That's really all you need for a game like Minecraft, is they just need to sit there until it gets deleted from the world, either because a creeper explodes or you mine it or whatever. A capture card doesn't work with recording PC footage. That's what OBS is for. If you're experiencing lag, there's plenty of tutorials to fine-tune your streaming settings for your PC. Capture card doesn't work with recording PC. Yeah, but I'm looking for a capture card for streaming. I'm not recording, I'm just streaming this out. So would a capture card work for streaming? You know, I don't know much about capture cards. I thought my idea was that a capture card basically is an external GPU. So all the video capture that we're doing the moment runs on that thing instead of running on my computer's resources, so that Unreal and everything can run on the computer's resources. You might be just be overloading your PC with Unreal and Meets open. Maybe, but I don't want that to be. I want to find a solution. I don't want that to be our impediment.
Hey, Mr. Torres.
Yeah, go for it. Thomas.
What type of capture card?
I don't know. I don't know. I just need a capture card that will that for streaming purposes.
HD60. Yeah, my brother can help you out with that.
HD60.
Yeah, Elgato HD60.
Okay.
It's for you stream it from your console. You can do Nintendo Switch, PC, PS4, anything. But yeah, it goes straight to your plugs in the back, and then you just stream it off of Streamlabs or OBS Studios. So, and it comes with a software to stream. So,
Hmm.
but I think there's HD60s. There's a brand new HD60 that just came out, and that's pretty good.
Okay, cool. And it'll work with a laptop, right? Like it's not something I have to install into the motherboard or something. Is it?
Yeah. No, you don't gotta install it. It's like a brick that you put one HDMI into your laptop, and then you put the other one into whatever you're streaming off of. So, like, say I'm trying to stream Apex Legends on my console, I can just plug it into my console.
Will they work for PC though?
Um, if you're trying to stream mainly off of PC, you can use Streamlabs OBS, and then you can just record your stream off of that, like record your screen as well. So
Okay, I'll do a little
there's
research. I'll
like,
do a little, but Elgato
yeah,
Game
you
Capture
know,
HD seems like the a really. I'm looking at the images now.
A capture card will not work on recording PC cap. If you're trying to capture
what are you
from your
trying to
PC,
record?
I'm
you
not
can't
trying to
do that.
record. I'm trying to stream. I don't want like the recording.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like it's either or. It's not like you can't record or stream if that's what you're trying to get at.
I'm
can't
not
use a
trying to
capture
record.
card
I'm just trying to
either. It's
stream.
meant for connecting to your video game console to record like footage from there and transfer it onto your PC.
No, I'm not trying to do that.
Are you trying to stream from a console or stream your computer?
Stream my computer.
Oh, okay, yeah. Just go look up Streamlabs OBS.
No, I have Streamlabs OBS. I have all. No, guys, I have that software. I have Minicam because it's the teacher version of it. I just need something that.
You're probably overloading your PC then, because Unreal takes up a lot of your CPU and so does streaming as well. So it's very much probably that.
No, it definitely is that.
That's able to like have your be able to fine tune your bit rate and all that stuff, and it'll help you out greatly.
Okay, we'll take a look. I might look at stream.
Yeah, just regular OBS should keep your CPU down, but Streamlabs OBS is gonna pop your CPU up because it has a bunch of different stuff with it.
Yeah, Streamlabs is very streamlined for streaming, and it's also I feel like it's very much more simpler than OBS.
Well, yeah. For sure. OBS is more technical because it's working on the streaming and gaming at the same time. So it's trying to keep the CPU straight flat. You know what I mean?
Okay, my understanding of the capture card, and then we're gonna move on. But my understanding was that you can get a capture card not for the software. I don't care about that. I can use OBS. I can use Streamlabs. I can use Minicam, whatever. But that it acts as an external GPU where the video processing happens on this other unit, and that is how I believe they work. So whether you're streaming or recording, what it does is all of the getting my screen and video, which is very expensive, to be processed, that doesn't go on my computer's GPU anymore. Instead, goes in this capture card. So now my computer's GPU is the same as it was before, as if I wasn't streaming. And it's free to do all the Unreal processes and stuff. That was my understanding, but I definitely need to do more research on it. I'll let you know. If it comes up that hypothesis is correct, I'll probably get a streaming card. If not, then
a secondary GPU. That's not too much, but something that can just hold your stuff, or maybe even an SSD
Yeah, I have looked into that. I have definitely looked into that. Okay. All right. Let's get on with the lesson. Good suggestion. So I'm looking here that we have this thing called add instant static mesh. We're going to try that just because again I want to kind of get some of the world in there. We've got grid, all kinds of good stuff, and yeah, this is not a bad. Not a bad system, but okay, we'll close it out. I just need to see that node. Add instant static mesh. So they're adding it, or I'm adding it dynamically at on the editor time over here. So we could try that. So essentially, what I did is I made a test block here, and we're going to type in add instance. Remember, instant static mesh is what we want. Add instance static mesh component. And the relative transform is, I should have looked at that. Oh no, that should be 0, 0 for this. And then we could set the mesh, actually, to be a cube. And since I put this on construction script, that should work. It's a goal. It didn't work. It works for my plants. So this was what I was actually messing with before we got started, but then I didn't really look at it too enough. All right, so we'll come back. This is going to be our little R&D category of research. Okay, so usually when you're doing development, you'll have an area that we call R&D. So you have testing blueprints. You're like, maybe I can have something that will work better, but since I got something that currently works okay, we're going to keep developing on that. But I'm going to dedicate 20-30% of my development time towards experimentation. We call that R&D, research and development, and that's one of those things to solve a problem. By the way, what's the problem we're trying to solve? Well, we want a big world full of these blocks, but each one of these blocks is a draw call. Each one of these blocks is an object in our scene. You want to, you need to take advantage of everything you can in order to make something like that possible, where you can have all these blocks throughout the world. So if we're going to be making a huge open world, we will in fact need to figure out an efficient way of registering those blocks. You know how they do it in Minecraft, and this is pseudo my understanding of it. Okay, so it's like this. So this is far off from what we would do. You can almost think of like a block in Minecraft as a piece of data in an Excel sheet somewhere. Very minimal amount of data. It's basic stats and things like that. Whereas typically in a game, each coded object is sitting there with code on it, ready to be, operated, ready to do its custom events and do all that kind of thing. Not so much in Minecraft. You operate on this generic thing called block, and then it's going to look up and figure out, okay, what is this block stats? What should happen when it's hit? How should it be behaving? And it can stream and unstream all of that data and information around you based on where you're at as a player, which is also what happens. You play Minecraft and you see distant mountains start to come into view, that kind of thing. You have this in Unreal that we call level streaming. You have things called culling, which means when you're not looking at something, and actually the culling happens automatically. I noticed it when we were playing, when I was testing it a second ago. Right? If I look away really fast sometimes, you can see, I don't know if you can see that with the lag, but if I look up, you'll see some blocks actually appearing back into existence. Like if I move around really fast, they're sort of disappearing and then reappearing. That's because the Unreal is only going to render what you're looking at, which is smart. Instead of rendering everything around me, just render what's in the view. And sometimes you can outpace it. See that thing pop into existence there. It's called culling. Okay, so last time we did this really cool feature with the creeper. The question is, what do we want to get done today? I think as far as figuring out how to do that efficient block system, I'll take care of that on my own and show you how I did it, because I don't want to be trying to do this R&D process in front of you when we could be doing something maybe slightly more exciting than figuring out how to optimize our blocks. But the question is, should we today focus on the procedural algorithm stuff, maybe getting blocks to stack, which is fine, or should we do the creeper stuff? And I'm talking about today like we had 10 minutes basically to do that. But we could do one. So creeper features or procedural. That's our choices today. Put in the chat which one you want, starting now. Procedural, creeper, go. Seen a lot of creepers. Okay. All right, creeper it is then. All right, so I'm going to, this was our icon pickup thing that I had made. Let's just, I had this rotating movement thing on it. I'm going to turn it off for now. This is not really rotating yet. We'll figure out another way to do it. I'll probably make it rotate via material. It's a lot more efficient than using a rotating movement component. Here's our creeper HUD. I'm trying to think, what else should a creeper be able to do? First off, I know this. Our creeper's a little too fast. Okay, he's kind of the OP creeper, and I don't think it's fair that he's that fast. So let's take his walk speed down to 250. 250. Okay. Let's bring his camera back a little bit slightly. They're just little things that I noticed on our character that could make it better. Here's all our explosion code. It's quite complicated, actually. This is the code that we've been writing since we began this, right? And we're accessing other blueprints. Remember, here you see if the thing around you in a radius is a block, you hurt that block, there's a damage amount associated with it, there's a time delay. I mean, this is all really cool stuff that we've done so far. Here's our begin blow up sequence, that sort of thing. We should add a mob that could attack the creeper. I like that. Who would attack the creeper? Should it be should we simulate like a Minecraft Steve, like basically a player that you have to blow up? I mean, that would be really funny. I think we could do that. So, thinking what else a creeper do? A creeper is a very simple creature. He moves around and he blows up. That's what a creeper does. Okay, now that I've slowed him down, let's just see how that feels. All right. Oh. Almost blew up there for a second. Gonna act. Yeah, that's a good creeper pace, I would say. All right, so let's see if in Calem's model pack, if we got a like a Minecraft Steve or something where there's all just mobs or not. Oh, I may have not imported them all. I didn't import them all. Hey, Calem, do you remember if we had a player-looking guy in there, like a normal guy, in that pack you sent me?
There was a villager.
A villager could work. Okay. So what we'll do right now is I won't bother getting it because of the time, but we'll start making the character, just not worrying about what he looks like. So to make a character, let's choose character. Right, this is a character blueprint, and let's name this DP, and it's going to be Minecraft Steve. And he's going to be someone that our player can kill. So Minecraft Steve's going to have a certain amount of health to him. So let's add a health here. Health's going to be in the form of an integer. Let's give Minecraft Steve, let's say he is, I don't know, 8 health or something. I don't know. Similar to what we did before, custom event. With our hurt block, we're going to have a hurt character custom event where if this is called, we set the character's health to itself minus some number, which will be an input known as damage amount. And pass that in. All right, we'll check and decide whether the guy should die or not by asking, hey man, is your health less than or equal to 0? If so, you gotta go. All right, so less or equal to 0, which is why it attacks the... Steve is part of the anti-mob. Yeah, he's like our enemy. He's like an enemy of the people, of the monsters, right? The monsters are just misunderstood. So as far as killing him, I'm gonna make it really simple and just delete him from the world using the destroy actor node. We can do something more exciting later, right? But he's just gonna disappear, this villager or whatever, if he comes too close. Let's give him a mesh. So I actually do have like, I have this skeleton mesh. Let's see what we could do about him. I'm just fixing him because he's all transparent. He's not supposed to be. So let's just make him opaque. When you import models into Unreal, usually the materials break. Usually they do. I've been dealing with that a lot lately for other people's projects. Give it a second. Yeah, that external GPU sounds really nice about now. And it's not like I got weak specs on this computer. This computer is a phenomenal computer. It's a new computer too. And I've run like 3 Unreal projects at the same time before. So I don't know. But I think the streaming software is a big part to do with it. So all right, so I've added this guy. Let's just give him the skeletal mesh, or the skeleton static mesh. So basically, we're killing a skeleton right now. He's gonna look like a skeleton, and oh, he's so tiny. He's so cute. All right, now there he is. He looks a little too big. Let's do that. Okay. So even though it's called Minecraft Steve, this is actually the way he looks. And really, what we want him to do is kind of like go at if he sees the creeper, to go and like attack the creeper, and the creeper's got to kind of like try and blow the guy up. So how do we do that? We want to give him some AI. So we actually have this really cool thing in Unreal built in for allowing NPCs to sense what's in their environment, actually to see. It's called pawn sensing. And so that way, the guy only notices the creeper if he sees the creeper. You do it like this. Add component, type in pawn sensing. And pawn sensing is going to put like a sight cone in front of the guy. So make sure see pawns. Yes, yes, yes. On see pawn is what you're going to do. So if he sees, and pawn is what did he see, we're going to look up the creeper. Hey, if you see a creeper, I want you to, as this AI, start moving towards it. This is basically creeper code in Minecraft, right? If the creeper sees an NPC, or a player, it sees it, it starts moving towards it. So really, it's kind of funny we're doing that, but for the opposite. And it's basically what you do. So let's make sure, let's set his acceptance radius to 75. That way he keeps kind of a distance. Who's going to go right up to a creeper? Not me. Not me anytime soon. All right, so you can actually see that when I have this character selected, that it kind of, you can see this area, this like hearing threshold and all this kind of stuff. So, okay, this is our Minecraft Steve. We've added pawn sensing. You can see hearing threshold, sight radius. Okay, so his sight radius is, he's actually facing the wrong way, so let's just rotate him. Boom, 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 boom. For any of this to work, there needs to be a nav mesh in the world. Nav mesh is how AI move around. It's basically just a big box. It's a big box that tells everybody in the world where all the floors and obstacles are, so they can calculate how to properly move around things that are just sitting there in their way. So you know the nav mesh is working because if you press the P key, you see the areas that are walkable turn green. All right, now I'm going to hit play. We should see the guy come at the creeper. If he's seen, that is. We'll see it. Let's test it. Hitting play. All right, that guy doesn't see me, so he's standing there. He's so unsuspecting. But if I come over here near his view, is he gonna come at me? Hello? Maybe he's afraid. I'd be afraid too. Let's make sure. Oh, you know what happened is he kind of got boosted up because he happens to be right in the middle of our spawning algorithm. That might have affected his ability to move around. I bet you had something to do with that. Oops. All right, let's try that again. All right, now he doesn't see me. He doesn't do anything. Now if I come within view, nothing quite yet. All right, so at this moment, what you would do is we might add like a print string. Make sure that he's actually sensing, because it didn't even seem like he's reacting at all. So let's see, on C pawn, check mark. Okay, let's do a print string, which means we'll see some words show up in the top right if this code ever gets executed. And we'll just put the word hello exclamation point in bright green. So you're going to see that come up on the left if he sees us. And if we don't see that come up on the left, then I know that there's something stopping this code from even happening. So, all right, I'm looking toward the top left. Don't blow up. Top left. Oh, it did say hello. So the event is getting executed, but the guy doesn't seem able to move. I know my mistake. Anybody want to look at this code? Anybody think they know why this didn't work? I just caught it. Rookie mistake, really. Anybody want to take a stab at it, even if you're wrong, before I tell you? Caleb, Matteo, Christian?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Why is this code not working? I just figured it out, but I want to see if you guys can take a stab at it.
Oh, I couldn't really see.
All right. Daniel says wrong wire. One of the. You know what it is, guys? You see? Whoa.
It's time to stand up and stretch. Let's take a break for 10 minutes.
Sounds pretty good to me. But hold on, we got to finish this lesson first. So AI move to pawn means who's doing the moving. A target actor is who you're moving towards. I have the creeper plugged in here, the one I'm controlling, saying, hey, that's the guy who needs to be moving around. No, I'm controlling him. This Minecraft Steve is the guy who should be the pawn, and he should be going towards the creeper. So we're actually plugging creeper to target actor, and for pawn, we're going to plug in self. Get reference to self, because it's this blueprint that's moving towards. All right, let's see if this works. Hitting play. All right, here I am, a creeper. That guy is unsuspecting. He doesn't see me. If I move within his view, though, is he going to come at me? Oh, he is. He's totally coming at me. Coming at me really fast, too. Again, not smart, but okay. Then I guess we'll have to blow him up. He won't die, though, because we've made that death code for him, but we didn't use it. So what we're going to do real quick is jumping over here where we did the whole get overlapping actors, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. What we'll do is, hey, if that overlapping actor is a Minecraft Steve, then we'd like to damage him as well. So we're just adding on to that blowing up code. And my wires are crossing a little bit here. Not good. But here, we'll do that. Whatever. Okay. So now we made that thing called damage character or something, right? Damage health. What did I call it? Hurt character. Okay. And so we'll get to us to hurt the character. Character has a health of 8. Right now we'll just say he does damage at 10, which means it should cause the guy to delete, essentially, is the way it's going to look. All right, there's our guy. Hey, he doesn't see me. Oh, he's coming after me. He sees me. All right, I'm going to blow up. And blowing up. Bam. He's probably wearing like netherite. I forgot. I must have added the netherite early. That's it. Well, anyway, we'll debug that next time. Guys, progress reports are due Friday for the teachers, I mean. So all your grades are going to be officiated for all to see starting basically tomorrow. So please make sure that you have all your assignments in for this class and for all your classes. Everything's on Canvas. If you weren't here yesterday, I told you guys yesterday when we met, I just added 2 more assignments to Canvas, okay? So you got to do those 2 assignments, and they're being graded like tonight and tomorrow afternoon, morning, that kind of thing, all right? Make sure they're in. Other than that, guys, take care. We'll see you on the next one. Come back with ideas. Bye-bye.